labra den jahan mische branno er sper van vre. Maar beauty and
Fish deep and slow, there are few flies that work better in the early season than the jungle and gold. It doesn't represent any particular insect, but works perfectly as an attractor or fancy fly.
It's flippin' cold, there's a gale force wind blowing, and you think we have to get down to Loch Free there?
What are you talking about? It's delightful.
Actually, it could be much worse. It could be raining. So, Mr. Robinson, you choose the day and you choose the lake. And both turned out to be fucking miserable.
Don't be sharp, you'd think with all this heat.
And
The fish would be in the shallows.
And now on the way home, I'll bring you to another lake where we'll catch a few fish, I'm convinced.
The jungle and gold is a fly for those days when nothing much happens, like very early in the season, or when easterly winds turn the fishing into a stagnant affair. I tie the jungle and gold since the early 1980s, and usually don't fish it often. But when desperation sets in, because nothing happens at all, the fly has often saved the day.
So what do we learn from this escapade? Never let Mr. Robinson pick the day. Never let Mr. Robinson pick the day. There will be a gale force wind blowing across the land. It will be pissing with rain and it will be fucking cold and you catch fuck all.
You mean ideal conditions?
Hook sizes for the jungle and gold are rather small, from let's say 12 to maybe 18. I have a size 14 here, which is very good for the job. And the black tying thread goes down first, just a layer along the hook shank. Tag as well as ribbing are made from copper wire, so I put that in, tie that in, just like that. The tag gets 3 turns, maybe 4 at the most. Now the tail of the jungle and gold is made from golden pheasant tippets, and I take about, 8 or 10 of these fibers out and tie them in as a tail. So, and I try to make them point a bit upwards. Like that. I can take this off. Now the Christmas decoration, the tinsel, golden tinsel, comes in next. And I form a body with it. A slim body, because this stuff is, I'd say, thinner than paper. And this goes out. And the copper wire goes around 3 times as ribbing, well spaced, but evenly spaced. And I take the copper wire out now. I don't need it anymore. Now the hackle. The hackle is black. I take one out of this here cape. Take the fluff off at the end and cut a wee bit brush-like, so that I can clean the eye hole with it later. Now the hackle goes in. and about 5 or 6 times, round and round. That's okay. That's okay. The golden element is in. Missing is the jungle element. That's how it looks usually. The jungle cock. And when it's exploited, plenty of salmon flies tied with, it looks probably something like this. Not usable anymore for tying salmon flies. But these tiny feathers come in very handy for the jungle and gold. So I take one of these precious little things out and put it flat on top of the hook and tie it down. That's okay, I can cut the rest away here. The remainder stays. And with the whip finisher, I'll finish it off. This is why it's called whip finisher. It whips and finishes. And the only thing missing is the famous drop of varnish. Just make sure not to glue the hackle fibers together. That's unwanted. Clean the eye with a bit of a feather. Where is it? Here is a bit. And there we have a jungle and gold.
Agus labra den jahan mishe brano sper van vre. Mar beauty and you're in the molly kosten al grol. Wie groam mar op alle kom rakter.